your career's in a good place.
It is in a good place, and I'm in a good place now, but also I want to get in areas of business. I have a big dream of building a center or a city or being involved in a place in East Tennessee, my hometown, up in Gatlinburg, which is one of the most wonderful places in the world, called Dollywood, USA. And this will be like a fantasy city, like sort of like Disneyland, but like where it's like a mountain Disneyland, like a Smoky Mountain fairyland. Biggest tourist places in the United States. It's the most visited national park, the Great Smoky Mountains. So I'm going to put a place there called Dollywood, USA.
Right. Convince her that she should partner with us and the Herschend family, because she obviously couldn't be here all the time. She would have to have a good operating partner, and therefore we formed a partnership, and they are the
successful theme park.
Country music entertainer Dolly Parton, she's the one with the blonde hair, says she chose the name Dollywood because, simply in her words, it was a cute little thing. Now, that's the down-home way of talking about a $5 million transformation of Silver Dollar City into the Dollywood theme park, which is expected to attract 250,000 more visitors a year.
Mainly, I'm very, very excited about this because of what it will do, not only for East Tennessee, but for Tennessee in general. I think it's going to bring a lot of tourists into this area, which means a lot of money for all of us. And I personally am very, very happy because this is a dream that I've had for many, many years, to be able to get to such a place to where I could come back home and bring something back home.
Putting this deal together over the last several months and the many facets of putting it together, it flowed very naturally and was something that obviously should have been done because it worked for everybody's benefit.
What Silver Dollar City has been and will continue to be, what Dolly Parton brings to the marriage, if you would, is a combination that is rather unique in the entertainment business today.
The groundbreaking ceremonies that were held today were for Phase 1, which is to consist of an amphitheater, a Dolly Parton museum, and several major rides.
Despite her fame and money, Dolly never strays too far from her home in Tennessee. She's got great pride and affection for the people who live there, and she's always wanted to do something for them. Well, in typical larger-than-life Dolly fashion, she's opening a multi-million-dollar amusement park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, called Dollywood.
This idea came to me to have a theme park several years ago, about 10 years ago, I guess. And then I've always loved parks, and I always wanted to do something, go back home and do something for my people, to take something great back home, to provide jobs for the people up there, and also to have a lot of fun and to bring a lot of tourists into Tennessee. So this worked out real well, and I'm excited to death about it, and I really think it's going to be a success. I put my dreams on file cabinets in my mind, and when the time is right, I go back and pull them out, and Dollywood was one of them.
May 3rd, opening day for Dollywood. Here you see Dolly, the engineer. This is a theme park in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee, and it's not prettier country anywhere.
This is part of the park. There's a train that goes all the way around, 5 miles around the mountains there in Dollywood. And have lots of arts and crafts, and this is a lady that's showing me how to do the quilts, and that's a guy with some sort of a spinning wheel. He's serious about it, whatever it is. But anyway, we're doing commercials down there, and this is just some of the activities. And they were making apples and making homemade soap. And see, it's centered in the 1800s, the theme park, and so everybody that works in the park is dressed, as you can see. And of course, they have the great baker there.
You didn't eat any of that. You didn't eat any of that.
No, did you see how fat I am there? I spent too much time there that week. See, I can't even get out of it now. So, but anyhow, there we are.
Why it's a lot of $5.5 million to do this. That's the number that's quoted.
Well, that's just the extension the addition that we put this winter. Right. See, the park is already very active there. We have several rides, several shops, several restaurants, and we still have 140 acres of land to be developed. But there's a lot of things already there. It was Silver Dollar City before, and it was owned by Jack and Pete Herschend out of Missouri, and they're very skilled in the theme park business. And when they heard about me planning my park up there, they already had a lot of the things that I had wanted to do. So we got together and went into business together.
Why is it so important to you to do this?
I think it's a great thing.
You get movies and records, and everybody knows you, and so what? Yeah.
Well, it's something I wanted to do for that area. I'm very proud of the Smoky Mountains. I think it's one of the most beautiful, I think it is the most beautiful place in the world, and I've been everywhere, but, and it is the most visited national park in the United States. Like 9 or 10 million people every year come through that park, and that's where I was born and raised, and I'm proud of my people. They've always been proud of me, and it just gives me a good feeling to take something back home. I've done real well in the business, and I'm very grateful and thankful for that, but it makes me feel good that I can do something for my family too, and have something up there for all of us. It's going to provide a lot of jobs for the people in that area, a lot of my friends and family. For the tourist business, it's a very large tourist area, and it's growing every year. And hopefully it's going to prove to be a good financial thing too.
There was a place there for many years called Silver Dollar City. At one time it was Gold Rush Junction, and before that it was Rebel Railroad, so there has been a park in that area for quite a few years. And I had, for about 12 years, wanted to do something, go back home and start an amusement park so we could preserve the Smoky Mountain heritage, something that we could have to really have people come and see what real country life is like, rather than the Hollywood version of what hillbillies are, all stupid and barefoot and all that. But also in that area, because so many tourists come through, I thought it would be a wonderful way to go back home, because I've always been so proud of that area and proud of the people. And the idea for the amusement park came first. I got the idea for Dollywood because I've always had a kick and always joked and laughed with different people in Hollywood. When the Hollywood sign, when I first started going to Hollywood, I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could some way change that D, the H to a D for a day, so it'd be like Dollywood. I wonder how long it would take somebody to notice. And then I thought it would be a clever idea for a park.
Time business partner Ted Miller, he is seen in some footage that we have from the early days of Dollywood some 30 years ago. Now he's worked alongside.
Has it ever crossed my mind this might be a big flop? Is that what you're saying? You said a big bust, right? Why would you say a thing like that? I'm most excited about in giving back is the fact that this is providing jobs for so many people up here, my family and friends, and this is going to mean more motels and more business for the restaurants and the shops, and not just here in Dollywood, but for Gatlinburg and Sevierville and all of Pigeon Forge.
This is Dolly's homecoming day.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Dollywood.
This was always a dream when I was young, if I did well, that I'd be able to do something like this, to have a reason and a place to come and bring honor to my family.
Don't let me get my wig hung in this.
On May 3rd, 1986, Dollywood opened on the site of the former Silver Dollar City in Pigeon Forge.
Thank you, Pigeon Forge, Sevier County, and thank you, God. I've dreamed for many years of getting to come back, bringing something back, so you folks will know that I'm as proud of you as you've always been of me. Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you. That's a little high for me, gang. But I tried.
It does focus on the Smoky Mountain heritage. It's got the crafts, it's got the shows, and all of this kind of thing.
And folks from all over the country came to visit. But today, as you can see by the crowd behind me, there's only one reason they came.
I think she's terrific.
I love Dolly.
We just enjoy her, and we're glad that she invested in Dollywood. She means everything that's good in America.
Thank you. Good to see you.
I really, all week I've felt sort of like Alice in Wonderland. There's a little area up here where I used to live called Boogertown, so I guess I sort of feel like Alice in Boogertown this week. But everybody's having a lot of fun, and I don't think anybody could ever really know all the good feelings that I've had inside myself. And it's a big thrill to be able to come home and really bring something that's going to be great for the people, provide so many jobs. And the opening was a big success, and we're looking for a great season.